Welcome, welcome. This is Buying Smart Materials and Equipment. For a lot of you contractors that have even been in business for like 1 to 3 years, a lot of this can be very basic information that you probably already know, but there could be something that you could find of value. So as a pro tip, watch in 2x speed just to make sure you don't miss anything. And for all you new sales reps looking to venture out and start your own company, please attention to detail. Gotta make sure you do quality work. Don't give the rest of us contractors a bad name from doing some shoddy work. If you are starting your own roofing company, in fact, any contracting company, know your craft. The basics especially. Do you know what tools and equipment is used on a typical, let's say, asphalt shingle roofing job or whatever your trade that you're going into? Sounds like a very basic question, but I know a lot of people, they make a lot of sales and all of a sudden they think they're an all-star and they can start their own company, but they don't even know the basics about doing a roofing job and just say, hey, we can figure it out later. Here's a quick list of essential tools and equipment to start. I am not going to go through and read every single one of them. Feel free to pause the video, take a look at it, take a screenshot, write it down, whatever you need to. I'm just going to honestly touch on one of them. Magnetic sweeper. It's towards the bottom, and it's a very critical piece in terms of paying attention to details. I recommend that every roofing crew needs 2 of them. There's one that's like a yellow one. It's like a wand. There's no wheels. It's a pretty great magnet. And especially like in the summertime when the grass is long, it really gets through the grass and can pick up any nails or any metal debris that's on there to make sure that we're keeping the family safe. And then the other one is a rolling magnet. Pretty great as well. You can get all of them from your local supplier. And the goal is to make sure that we leave their property as beautiful as we found it. Make sure there's no nails in the tires. Make sure the kids are protected, the pets are protected. Just please do your best. Attention to detail. Another, which seems like a very silly question, but these are kind of the conversations you need to start having with your crew. These are the conversations you need to start having with your team. Who's responsible for bringing what tools to the job? It actually depends, right? What is your responsibility versus what's your crew's actually depends on the relationship you currently have or the one that you want to build with your crew. So what I mean by that is some people, if they just want their crew and they're just paying them and they're like, you know what, we're just going to use them for now. We just need to get up and running. Cool. Then most of the time you can't really dictate too much in terms of what you want from them. If you do, I know there's a lot of subcontractors out there that will just add extra charges and nickel and dime you and go at that point. For us, we took the different approach. We had a conversation from the beginning to be like, listen, I love the work you guys do. You guys do quality work. I'm not even going to get another crew. I'm not even going to look for another crew. And we get calls, like 3 to 5 calls every single week from different crews saying, hey, do you need work? So for us, we wanted to build a relationship for a long-lasting relationship to be like, you are our guys moving forward forever. And then this is the type of standard that we want. So just like how we value their quality of work, they value how we run our business and how smooth we are. When we first bought the catch-all, if we're like, hey, I need you to set this up, we obviously went and showed them how to do it. They have no problem setting it up on every single job. When we say, hey, I need your guys to be harnessed up, I need to make sure you're doing safety checks, especially on commercial jobs and larger projects, they have no problem doing that and sending us a copy of all those safety reports. So it depends. What exactly are you looking for? Now we're going to get to prioritizing your initial purchase. The first thing I would say is focus on buying the essentials, right? So first, what type of services do you plan on offering? If you're just starting off in, let's say, roofing, and I'm speaking about roofing because that's what I started off in, and we mainly started off doing asphalt shingles, then figure out what you actually need. For us, there really wasn't much. Safety gear was the one thing that we made sure we had. Our guys didn't have, I would say, all the safety equipment, hard hats and all that stuff, and safety vests. They had the harnesses, but we got them new harnesses just because theirs were a little torn up and old. We really do care about safety. I feel like, honestly, that is one of the things that will save you money in the long run, because even if you want to think about it from a selfish perspective, the more you focus on safety and safety gear, the less you have to pay for liability insurance, and the less you have to pay in the long run if anything does go wrong or anything does happen. But as always, I say, start small and then scale up as you go. Build a relationship with your supplier and stick to one. You can have more accounts open just in case, like for instance, we still have like an ABC account and an SRS account, but honestly, you really only need one. For us, we partnered with Alex from Mid-Atlantic Roofing. We've honestly used him since he was at ABC. I've personally used him since I was even at the last company. I really do see him as a business partner, and that's why I talk about just literally find someone that you can work with. If you're in the local DMV, highly recommend, hit me up. Alex, he's amazing. He's my guy. But he truly, truly, truly wants to do everything he can to help my business grow. People who want to see you win, they will help you win. Remember that. I promise you. A lot of people make these promises. You're in sales, I'm in sales. We understand there are certain times certain people say some stuff to try to get a sale. But the people who actually want to see you win, they will help you win. I honestly do not think I've ever been told no for anything. I feel like most of the time it's been a yes. There's been some times where it's not necessarily a yes, but it's never a no. It's like, yo, let me find out. I'll see if we can do something about it. Or, okay, how about this? Not right now, but maybe in 2 months. Let's circle back to that, and I'm sure we can handle it then. There was actually one time where a customer wanted this specific color. It was this old, like, barnyard red color from this discontinued shingle. So no one carried that in the entire area. My man got on the phone, called around until he found a warehouse in Indiana that had it. He literally got a truck delivery from Indiana, and we had it that week just to make sure that we can lock in this customer and install our job. The other thing that he helps with is in terms of project planning. For us, we're like now recently getting into the low slope game, and we're still kind of like finalizing our takeoff model, what software we're using, and in terms of our estimates, he's actually going above and beyond by actually creating those takeoffs for us. We already know our labor price from our subs, and then now he's giving us a detailed takeoff with all the materials. So all we have to do is put a little profit on top of that, and then we start winning the jobs. So it's just one of those things where building the relationship will help you make more money in the long run. Marketing and sales. So there's a lot of different programs. A lot of these suppliers, I can mainly speak to Mid-Atlantic Roofing, but they do have a program to help design and print yard signs and also send postcards in terms of trying to get you more business. Alex understands a simple concept is that the more business that he helps me get, or any one of the people that shop at Mid-Atlantic get, the more money he makes in the long run. So why would he not try to get you more business? So they will literally help design yard signs, because why aren't you advertising when you're doing your install so the entire neighborhood knows what you're doing? They have an entire program to help create a yard sign if you don't already have one created, and print it and have it delivered to your doorstep. The personal touch. This is where I say that I feel like Alex is more of a business partner than he actually is my supplier, but he actually uses a third-party shipping company. So he hires this guy in a little truck to go around, and let's say that we're on a job site. You know, sometimes where you're short materials, like let's say we either miscalculated or the insurance, we get lazy, we go off the insurance scope, and the insurance scope is a little short, and we feel like ordering an Eagle View because we wanted to save a couple bucks. Or plywood was a lot more shot and you needed like 20 to 30 sheets. Our guys do not have to leave the job site just to go pick up materials and then come back and do the work. Literally, one phone call, third-party company, generally gets it there within the hour, and then we can just continue working and crush that project and get it done before the day's over. With continuous training and education, especially when we started getting into the low slope game, middle to late last year, organized several private training sessions with different suppliers just to teach us different techniques. So whether that was actually us physically, like literally inside the warehouse, had a full setup where I personally and a couple of my guys got to go and actually physically install low slope roofing, and even different stuff in terms of like spray on adhesives versus using the roll on, and then also even like setting up some stuff coming up in the future about learning coatings, because the economy's some shit, right? No one's actually trying to spend some money. Everyone's trying to extend the longevity of the roof. Everyone's trying to do coating because no one has money to actually get roof replacement, but all coatings aren't equal. So he's setting up more training for us, and for us, while everyone's going to be bidding like 1 to 2 million on a job, we can be like, hey, for like 3 to 500,000, we got you. We're going to extend the life of your roof for 10 years. Running a business is a game of chess, not checkers. You always need to think several steps ahead, And that is exactly what building relationships is about. Building relationships helps you put yourself in those different positions. So for me, I've been building the relationship with Alex since I was at the last company. And for me, every single decision that we make and every single pivot that we make with the company, it's like for us, I know that it's projected us far ahead of our competition. Because while your competition is mainly thinking just one step ahead, the whole point of this community is to show how we can share knowledge and grow so much faster so that we can see things 3 to 5, even 7 steps ahead. So, for instance, for ourselves, I know what I'm doing 5 years from now versus just what I'm doing this year. A good supplier wants to see your business succeed. They're like a helpful guide offering advice and support when you face tough situations or looking for ways to make your business better. A good supplier is not some dude who shows up at Buffalo Wild Wings and swipes his credit card and then you never really see him again. You're like, yeah, that's my guy because he took me out for drinks. And it's like, come on, like, how much is that actually helping your business grow? Anyone can easily swipe a credit card, especially coming from like $1 billion company. It's not that difficult. But what are they doing to actually move the ball forward and get your company to beat your competition? I know there are different suppliers out there that will probably be cheaper in terms of materials. If that's what you want to be known as, the guy or girl who's the cheapest on the market, go for it. This video and this community is probably not for you. With the benefits that I just talked about, it's not even about being cheaper. Once you implement some of these things and build this relationship, your business is going to start to skyrocket at a pace that you wouldn't even have imagined. Another cool thing, loyalty rewards. Just in life, people love loyalty, right? So suppliers are no different than that. Just like the shingle manufacturers, suppliers are the same. Suppliers who really value their customers often give special deals or discounts. So the more you shop at them, the cheaper your materials will be. The more you shop with them, the bigger your rebate program will be. So a lot of them have rebate programs where they'll give you a percentage of X amount that you shop with them. So greater loyalty equals greater rewards. So technically you may save money in the short run getting cheaper materials, but even if you'll make a lot more money just on the back end. So find a supplier and work closely with them, and they'll literally provide so much knowledge and resources, and you'll actually have a business partner on your side who's going to keep your business growing and keep you in business and staying successful. That's all I have for this one. If you're in Washington, D.C., Maryland, or Virginia, I'm going to leave Alex's contact information in the chat, so just take a look at that, or just message me separately and I can put it out there. Appreciate y'all. Peace.